Day and age, the world is expensive, and I don't know how to say it. Ladies are expensive, and I've come to realize ladies so expensive. A bunch of you niggas done resulted to just getting on the internet and yelling at them. Like, how you yelling at women, nigga? You don't even date women. You done dated 4 ladies individually, and you mad at women as a whole. I don't even understand that. They on the internet talking shit. All of them. Is your mama on the internet talking shit? No. So that means all women ain't on the internet talking shit, right? That means the ladies you saw on the internet talking shit are the ones on the internet talking shit. Sorry about it. What's good? It's your boy. My name is KJ Lee. I am a comedian. I've been a comedian for 15 years. I just recently started making content again. I used to make content back in the day when I first started stand-up and when I first decided I wanted to be funny. And that led me here. So what the goal with this channel is I have like 500,000 followers online, like throughout all of them. I got 2 Facebooks, I got 3 Instagrams, I got a TikTok, and everything got over 10,000 followers. Everything got over 50,000 followers. Everything has over 50,000 followers, and except YouTube, except you. And I realized YouTube is not like social media. YouTube's not just gonna push your video because it's popular and it's cool. I done had some stuff go viral on everything but YouTube. It get 1,300 views on here, and it got 11.6 million on Instagram. And you be like, people like the video, so you can't tell me that it's not a likable. But I realized this is not about a video or a reaction or anything like that. Here we got to go ahead and invest. That being said, that's what I'm going to do. Thing is, I feel like if I'm going to speak in a long form, that I do want to say more important things. Like, I don't want to just continue to try to only be funny, although I'm not going to knock it or get in the way. I just want to make sure that what I do is just something that I'm able to be open and honest about. Try not to get too open, just because as a comedian, sometimes I say some really outlandish things, and so that's why a lot of us struggle on social media platforms. But once I learned do what they do, it became a lot easier, to say the least. I was super against doing something like this, but there's many ways I feel like I can do it, and I'm just gonna be on the go. This is me at the studio, but I'm going to New York this week. I got a lot of good cool things I do, and I can add those to the content, and that's why I'm kind of in the way to do it. I am in the process of quitting a job right now and starting another one. Not just quitting a job to quit a job, but in the process, I've learned this job I'm quitting is we sell credit cards to businesses, and when it's good, it's good. When it's not, it's not. It's sales. That's how it works. And so if you do work in sales, one thing I would tell you is when sales slow down, you should quit. For a long time, 6 months of slow sales, if you see a bad trajectory and that trajectory stays, you should quit because they about to fire you. Just long story short. So this job hasn't fired me, and they haven't said they're going to fire me, but I know how to do math. And yeah, somebody got to get fired, and I'm not here to play those games. It's not in this economy. So that being said, I always keep a job in the back pocket. Do job interviews, all types of stuff. Donovan Mitchell has put up 40 points on these niggas. I'm sorry. How does he score 40 points? He didn't score shit in the first half. He was 0 for 8. He was 0 for 8 in the first half. He missed everything he took. And I don't know what, he took some of that Space Jam juice on the second half, because what the fuck happened? This is crazy. They up by 20 points now. This don't even look like a competition. It look like the Lakers versus OKC. Woo, that looked bad. I am not gonna lie to you. That is not a good looking playoff. The job I'm leaving, we sold credit cards to businesses, and so a lot of really small businesses, people just starting out, people who businesses aren't even all the way businesses, were beginning to try to start business credit. So I would have to explain to a lot of people that you can't just get an EIN and get business credit. You got to use your social security card, social security number if you're gonna do that. And a lot of people just didn't understand that because they believe that YouTube is shit. But you know what, also I went through their income, and I realized a lot of these businesses were doing well, simple things that were people's dreams. Like it was just something small. Like a guy would call in and say, one guy told me he made $250,000 a year picking up poop. And he said he don't pick up poop. That was the crazy part for me. He was like, man, that's just one of my business. I ain't picking up no poop. I did that for 90 days. Then I started making deals with apartment complexes. I was like, God damn, that's some baller shit right there. Another guy told me he was making over $1 million as a mariachi band. I was like, what? And he said, yeah, $1.2 million. I was like, oh, y'all the mariachis, nigga. Y'all the biggest, baddest. He was like, yeah, man, we work a lot. Give me my credit card. But it just taught me that a lot of these people did follow their dream. They were serious. They etched out a plan and they were able to do it. And so that being said, I had to start thinking of all these different ways I could possibly start businesses. And I thought of like at least 15, 20. And I've come down to the most realistic one being photography. Simply because photography is everywhere. And the more I looked at it, the more I pay attention to it, I'm like, you can make a lot of money. Somebody got to pay for these photos. And photographers are not cheap. So that being said, I already do videos, but I don't like shooting people's videos just because time and editing, and I already edit my own videos. I'm like, be tired of sitting in this damn chair. So I don't like doing that. And that being said, no way. Okay. Donovan Mitchell just shooting from the logo now. He don't even care. He think he on fire. It's a video game. This is a video game. ADD, nigga. Whatever. These people started these businesses. They organized themselves and they got together. I want to do the same thing. And then I was just at my kids' game and realized you could take pictures of all these kids playing sports. A week later, I threw a vest on, brought my camera, and just walked onto the field. It's crazy. There's no security. There's no clearance. You can just walk on and steal somebody's child. No, you can't. They're right there. But as a photographer, just being able to walk in there and just take the pictures and nobody say nothing, I was like, oh, bro, I'm about to eat. Nobody said nothing. Okay, bet. And I talked to somebody about it recently, and they said, yeah, no, there's no issues. People do it. People do it all the time. It's like, oh, really? I'm about to print some logos on my shirt to make it look like I'm official so nobody else tries to come and compete with me. I'm about to hire like 3 photographers. But I'll also have my new job because stuff is expensive in this day and age. The world is expensive, and I don't know how to say it. Ladies are expensive, and I've come to realize ladies so expensive. A bunch of you niggas done resulted to just getting on the internet and yelling at them. Like, how you yelling at women? Nigga, you don't even date women. You done dated 4 ladies individually, and you mad at women as a whole. I don't even understand that. They on the internet talking shit. All of them. Is your mama on the internet talking shit? No. So that means all women ain't on the internet talking shit, right? That means the ladies you saw on the internet talking shit are the ones on the internet talking shit. So I don't understand why you feel the need to respond to women. I ain't never in my life felt the need to please women. Women, come on now. Think of the most amazing nigga you know on the planet. Guess what? A woman hates him. I'm sorry. But for real though, think about it. Whoever it is, it's a lady that can't stand that nigga at all. I can't even think of who's the best. Barack Obama? Michelle said there was a point in time where she didn't like that nigga, and she in the bed with him. Y'all don't even understand. I get it. We butt heads sometimes as genders. But sitting here on the internet yelling at each other has got to be the most dumb shit I've ever seen. I don't even like the fact that the internet ain't slowed it down. Shit ain't blocked it, ain't done nothing. I try to block it from my algorithm, and it still comes. That's how I didn't try to literally go through and stop the algorithm from showing me anything that mentions men or women. I said, I don't even give a fuck about the race. Men or women, don't mention it. Then that shit all is on my timeline. They act like Meg the Stallion was murdered by all black men and Klay Thompson burned the body. Like, I'm sorry, I can't even say this stuff on here. This is why I'm getting flagged. It's satire, YouTube. Hey, AI bots, it's satire. That being said, I also don't like this whole new internet vibe where we just gotta follow the robot's rules. Like, Who would have thought we'd have robot supervisors before flying cars? They just put the robots in the phone. I would have, nigga, who would, woo, rich people are slick. I realize another thing I do is I say white people when I mean rich people, and I got to stop that because, you know, it's a bunch of poor white people that's out here that's with us and that's going through what we going through. And being in Atlanta sometimes separates that. But I went home. I went to Houston, and I remembered I have friends of all races back home. I grew up with every race of friend. Like literally, I got a friend that's Indian. I got a couple friends that's Indian. A couple friends that's white. Quite a few white friends. Well, no, not couple, not quite a few. A couple white friends. Quite a few Mexican friends. A bunch of friends that are Latino. And I realized when being in Atlanta, you niggas are segregated. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who y'all need to find out how or why, but y'all segregated. And you know how I can tell the most? In kids sports. Don't get me wrong, you get your sprinkles out there. You get your sprinkles, but when you go and look at the kids sports on the south side or in central Atlanta, guess what? It look black. It look black as hell. Everything look black. Blackity blick blick black blick 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 blickety black. Take your ass out to Vinings. Take your ass to Marietta. Take your ass to Gwinnett. Go to Sandy Springs, go to Alpharetta, and guess what it looked like? America. Look like the rest of the country. And so I think as parents, you should do your children a service to make sure they hang around people of other races, just because it's a weird racial time. Can you imagine being a child and hearing all this shit all the time? Like as children, we're millennials. As children, we didn't have to hear all the racist nonsense just because America was trying hard to not. You know what I'm saying? They were trying hard to not. And I'm born in 1990. So 92, LA riots happened. And I think that caused for like years of America to be like, chill out. Because I don't know if you know about the LA riots. The LA riots were the closest thing to a race war America has had since the Civil War itself. Like niggas was just outside beating up white people. And then the Koreans got into it and the Koreans and the black people was fighting. But you know, black people can't tell the difference. They was probably fighting all type of Chinese people. They was probably fighting all type of Japanese people. Like, you Korean motherfucker. And the Koreans was like, the Japanese people like, I promise you I'm not Korean. Like, yes, you are. It's like, I am from Japan. That shit far from Korea. No, you not. You look the same like them niggas. I get it. I get it. You know, it's like being American, it makes it easy to be racist just because you see so many races, but you don't really understand the history because we're dumb. That's what it is. Like once you learn history, you realize we are dumb and we don't have to be. Like we don't have to be. Like you can learn world history and really learn world history. We don't. Like school does not teach us this. And if it is, it's for a day. Like they glaze through it. I think that the education system is another thing that's like really, really messed up. And I didn't realize this until I had a kid. But as a parent, your child's education is like 90% your job. Like I thought you hired teachers for that, even though you don't hire teachers. I thought you hired teachers and they rate no. You have to read with these motherfuckers. You have to sit down and go through 5-minute sentences with your children. That's some frustrating stuff. Like when they talk about the Johnny had 5 apples thing, like it makes the parent sound like a bad person. But if we just found out how many apples Johnny had and then we get back to the same question and you, nigga, that's where you be as a parent. Now I get it. I get it. I have been on the opposite side of the tracks and I know what's over there. It's frustrating because you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. Obviously, you're not fucking paying attention because you just read that word. Now you're here again at the same word and you don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I'm just got my frustrations on y'all. And I don't mean to do that because I'm supposed to be talking to like everybody. And everybody's not a parent. Actually, I'm learning most of y'all not parents. All y'all got... I thought y'all had like really good pullout games, but I had to come to find out shit. Y'all just don't get, I mean, y'all aren't as active because of what's going on in the streets. And I'm like, I get it. The streets is dirty. So you got to pay close attention to what's going on. But also meet trustworthy people. People are trustworthy. Not all of them. Most of them are. But read people well, I don't know. Watch James Bond movies. I feel like if you read people well, you can always tell somebody that's on some bullshit. Like all you ladies dating mysterious men, why the fuck would you? Why the fuck would you date a man that you don't know? And I mean date. Like I ain't talking a little bit, but I guess when I met my lady, she just randomly invited me to her house after like very little time of knowing each other. And you know what I thought to myself? I should stick around because this lady will die at this rate. If I'm not here to protect her, something bad gonna happen. And so I've been here 7 years because I don't want nothing bad to happen. She ain't got no bigger or built no muscle mass or nothing. She just uses me. And I think that's part of the problem in society. It's a lot of men that be like, why would I do this for a woman? Because she gonna give you some pussy. Like, I don't understand what the confusion is. It's like, she's going to have sex with you. Be nice. Be nice. But it costs a lot of money. So what you gonna do with money if not get coochie? Huh? Just have it? There's plenty of things you can do with money. We're gonna talk to you guys later. I'm on FaceTime. All right, let's get back to work. Just watched Donovan Mitchell put up 39 points in the second half. He said it's the second most, or he tied the most points in the second half in NBA playoff history. Maybe NBA history. I think it's playoff history for sure. And that made me realize people really sleep on the fact that Donovan Mitchell is one of the best niggas in the NBA. Not even like arguably. He is one of the best and most consistent players in the NBA. And he's never played for no major team. Like he ain't never had no like real help. I can only imagine what would happen if he was like, you know what, forget this money. Let me go ahead and get a team and try to get a ring. He don't give a fuck about no ring. He say, no, only ring I care about is the one I can afford for this fine ass lady I'm dating. He dating Coco Jones, a lady from the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know if anybody here watches that. But let's get into what we were here to talk about, the meat and potatoes of the conversation, all right? We'll talk about growing the fuck up. I feel like that's something a lot of people never do or fight. Like for some reason, you don't want to feel older than you actually are. And I'm gonna let you know, that's not how time fucking works, all right? If you gonna bullshit, no matter how long you bullshit, the time is gone. The time that you have bullshitted is gone. And I ain't realized how much you measure time, how much better you measure time until I had my child. When I had my child, I was like, oh, I measure time a whole lot better now. People see my kid and be like, oh, dang, he's 6 years old. I'm like, yes, nigga, 6 years between 2019 and 2025. And after a certain age, people literally start to forget like what year, not necessarily forget what year it is, but forget how old they are. And he's not paying attention to where they are, not paying attention to what's going on. You start to get set in this like hamster wheel of life, is what my father called it. When I first got out of college, I was going through some shit. Like I was stressing out and I didn't know what I was gonna do because I knew I wanted to be a comedian. I knew I wanted to like do comedy, but I had no idea how money in comedy works. Truth be told, it took me 10 years to figure out how money in comedy works. I was very dumb at first because I had a couple videos go viral, got booked at some colleges. I was making $2,500 a show. I'm not bullshitting you. And I booked like 3 of them. And so of course in your mind, you're like, oh, I am the man now. I'm about to be rich, right? I started comedy 2 years ago. I'm going crazy. I didn't realize like, no, you went viral at colleges. And so people at colleges saw you. And so that's when you got booked for those schools. And there was a college budget there. The college circuit is a different circuit than legitimately like being in main circuit stand up. Just because you got to do different material. You can't approach a college the same way that you still get to do your jokes. I'm not going to say that you got to completely switch out your material, but you got to change some stuff up. You're not talking to grown people. They don't give a fuck about your kids. They don't give a fuck about what you got going on in your adult life. They want to know shit that relates to them. All crowds do. But that being said, I thought I was going to be rich, and I came to find out that no, it's a bunch of niggas going to pay you $50 for stand-up. A bunch of niggas going to pay you $75 for stand-up. A bunch of niggas going to think they making your life better by an extreme amount by giving you $150. And I'm like, okay, And so I've learned the most valuable way for me to do this has been to make like my own shows and do my own everything on my own, pretty much. It's not a team sport. It's not a team sport at all. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure my collar don't look like a fucking come here boy. Like somebody grabbed your shit, like come here boy. But it still kind of looks that way. That being said, I've learned the best way for me to make money has been to go to the place, do the show in my name, get and sell the tickets, do the door deal, and then move on. Obviously, if you can't sell tickets, that's a very challenging thing to do. So for a long time, you don't know how to sell tickets. You don't know how to outreach to people. You don't know how to network to people. It's not easy. You also don't know how to be funny as fuck on stage. That takes a minute too. So yeah, that being said, now I can do a little bit better, but I'm still not all the way consistent and still don't make enough to where I feel comfortable quitting my job. That being said, like just because of the inconsistencies, that I could make $8,000-9,000 from Facebook 1 month and then make $22 the next month and then $15 the next month. It didn't went all the way down to $3 before. So I'm letting you know, like, look, it's very inconsistent with the monetization and with the new standards and practices of social media. Basically, they change up your money real fast. And so I feel like being an entrepreneur and using skills that you have is almost going to be necessary. And I'm a history buff, to say the least. I teach history on TikTok. Y'all can go ahead and follow that channel if you like. And while learning and teaching and realizing history, I learned one thing was during the Great Depression, Black people were actually some of the most successful people. And this was because these communities were segregated. They had to serve and do and use their own. So people who owned one barbershop could own 13 barbershops. And guess what? There wasn't a bunch of competition. There wasn't people coming and burning your barbershop down. There wasn't nobody breaking the goddamn windows, going to the state, trying to get your permits fucked up. Nobody was doing that because people needed to get their haircuts. And so there were like more Black millionaires in that time than pretty much most other times in history. And pretty much desegregation ended a lot of that, as well as, white people coming in and burning towns and shit because they was like, these niggas' houses are too nice. I'm sorry, it's not funny at all. It's actually very terrible. But that's the reason they did it. They was just like, yo, them niggas dress nice as fuck over there, and I don't like it. You know how miserable life gotta be to just be looking like, oh, I know them niggas don't got on Louis Vuitton. I can only imagine what niggas was wearing in the 30s, but we dress nice. That's a thing we've always done. And hey, barbershop's making money because this shit is not cheap. But my shit look nice. Watch. All right, sorry, weird break. But that being said, I was just basically on the point of, I think that being an entrepreneur and having multiple streams of income is a big deal. And so with that, I have other jobs and I have other streams of income. Like I have Airbnbs, I have photography company, I have videos that I shoot and direct for other people sometimes. I do stand up at stages and at places. I act here and there, go places. And guess what? I still have a fucking full-time job because I haven't made the switch. And it's because it's hard to be consistent. And I ain't gonna lie, a job is easy. Like people act like jobs are hard. I'm like, you crazy as hell. A job is hard. Going to a place and knowing you're gonna get your money in 2 weeks is hard. Going and listening to these people and knowing they're responsible for everything is hard. That's crazy. Imagine how hard it is for that to not be around. I didn't even realize it, but so many of us are such pets and trained dogs that we don't even know that if there's no jobs around, I gotta start a business. I gotta buy a pressure washer. I gotta start tutoring children. I gotta start a private ride service from parents' house to children's house. I gotta find some way to get people's money to my pockets. That's not crossing nobody's mind. I'm listening to people say, I've been unemployed for 2 years. I put in 1,000 applications. I went on 150 interviews. Like, that shit don't hurt your feelings? It's not some point inside you that make you be like, I gotta figure out something. I'm telling you, when I'm selling this stuff to these businesses, I'm learning like everybody had a reason or a thing. And there were so many different ones, so many different businesses. And so I feel like we all have something that we're good at, and we allow corporations to teach us and let us believe that they're supposed to be doing everything. And they're not. They're not. You should definitely make it a point to get the fuck up and get the shit done. Just because Nigga, they not giving out money no more. I don't know if y'all noticed that. Like, these niggas is holding on to the money. Like, tight. It's getting hard out here. And it's getting way harder to keep asking these niggas for jobs. Like, you gotta quit looking at a job as the way of success and realize it's just you asking for rich people for money. You're gonna do a job for them that they need done, but they got the pick of the litter right now. Ooh, these jobs acting like bad bitches at football practice. Like, they know somebody gonna come over here. And one of them gonna take the job. And that's how they treating it. I've been on so many damn interviews. I don't even stop. I get a new job and I keep taking interviews. I'd be like, fuck it, I'm good at it now, nigga, I'm rolling. Be taking bullshit interviews. At the end of it, they be like, all right, sir, we're going to pay you $7.25 an hour and we need you to flip burgers. I'm like, this shit not remote? You bringing up dumb stuff. What the fuck you mean? This not remote? I can't be coming in. Oh no. Just work on your interview skills. Just take interviews for jobs you don't even want. Just get your shit tight, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to get good at interviews now because they fired a bunch of people out the tech industries and now them niggas need jobs. And so guess what? You competing with a bunch of smart motherfuckers. They're not good with people though. They're not good with people. So use your skills where you can. Use your skills where you can. But like I was talking about, I mentioned, but I didn't go deep into it. Being a father is the thing that actually caused me to want to or to measure time better. Like, I looked at my son as a little bitty baby and I thought to myself, I don't want to have to tell this nigga I failed and he don't have shit in life because I didn't do good at something. That's the reason I kept the job and like have been about it like I have, because it's like, one, he can't not play sports and go to school and have snacks and do the shit that he needs to do because daddy is a comedian. No, that's not gonna work that way. Or because this month didn't work right, or because this promoter pulled some slick shit. So I don't like lean my finances to the wilderness of this industry. Like, once I'm at a level I need to be at, then we can go ahead and transition. But until then, this is where we at. I ain't tripping. Bought all this off of it. So I don't really be tripping. I don't understand why people get on the internet and act like jobs are a bad thing because they're entrepreneurs. I'm like, that's crazy. Y'all act like entrepreneurs don't have jobs. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. And I've had plenty of jobs. I just don't understand who's going to fund the business. Who's going to fund the business? Your rich father? The bank? America? Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. You better go to work. You better find a night job or a morning job or a weekend job or a hand job. Figure it out. Get dirty. Hand jobs. I'm sure you're going to have to get worse than that. If that's the industry you're in, hand jobs are not going to do very much for you. I don't think. I'm not a patron, but I just imagine if there was a menu, that's at the top because it's low priced. Once you get, okay. Next thing I wanted to talk about was there's a show out on Netflix called Funny AF. And a guy I've done comedy with. I used to live in LA for a while, did comedy with a lot of people. And this guy was very motivating to me because I watch people at a distance. And so I don't try to get too deep into your business or anything like that. I watch it from what you say on stage and from what our conversations are. And when I tell you this dude lived in a van, like crazy thing is, there was a lot of guys out there that lived in vans. Like, there were multiple people in Los Angeles that were on the comedy circuit that I knew that were living in vans. And I was thinking to myself, how on earth are you niggas living in vans? And the only person I thought was making a wise decision by living in that fucking van was Ron. I was like, no, nigga, you're going to make it out your van. You're going to make it out your van for now. Like, you know what you're doing. You set yourself there in a van so that you're able to go ahead and position yourself to take off. You're doing it right. You other niggas, y'all need to fucking get a house. Okay, y'all need jobs, y'all need houses, y'all need skills, y'all need side stuff. And that's fine. Because you know what? Ain't nobody gonna fuck you in a van. Come on. Nobody's gonna fuck you in a van. I just think about your future, your legacy. It's not easy. unless you're superbly talented. And if you get a lady to let you fuck her in a van, then you a boss dog. Truth be told though, should you be fucking a lady that would be in the van? That is all besides the point. Ron is absolutely hilarious, and he is the epitome of the dedication it takes to make it in stand-up comedy. People really don't understand how hard this is. When I started it, I put this on my mama. I was like, should I go to law school or should I be a comedian? And at the time I was getting casted for an MTV show, and I was on like the 3rd audition, and I also had my SAT classes. And my SAT, what my LSAT. I had my LSAT to go to law school, as well as I had to go ahead and go to this MTV audition. Of course, I could have just rescheduled the fucking LSAT and went to the audition and took the LSAT a couple months later. But no, not me, not Mr. There's no second plan, not Mr. Jump all the way in the fucking pool. What if it's shallow, bitch? What if it's shallow, huh? And that's what the fuck it was. Quite shallow. I got in this shit and found out, oh, you're not in control of fucking anything. You're not in control of anything. And so that being said, and that being the reality, I was like, something I just didn't realize or pay attention to was the amount of time that it was going to take. I think that was something that was just like, when I met guys that were like, I've been doing this 15 years, I'd be like, okay, well, let me put this in my notebook. Don't be there in 15 years. And truth be told, I'm not there, but in my mind, I am. I know that sounds very weird, but being a comedian puts you in a very, very dark, weird state of mind. And as far as success, because it's a lone game, you're by yourself. And so there's no ranking system. There's nothing that you can say, well, there are ranking systems, but everybody's not on the ranking system. And like, there's people that are under the radar all the time that within 2 years are taking off. Ali Sadiq, for example, and Carlos Miller, like both guys that I worked with, and just watching them grow and take off, it's not surprising. It's one of those things where you're just like, yeah. And so I just love to see it, because we feel the same way about Ron Taylor. And Ron's younger. Ron is a beast. I don't even think I don't think he was giving 10 of 10 on the competition. I think that he has a whole lot more, and the special is going to be amazing. So I am extremely happy to see somebody who was that dedicated to something that they did make it. And it's just amazing, even from somebody who's not at that level, and somebody who has not had those opportunities, and sometimes gets upset and jealous. Seeing Ron make it, and seeing that this opportunity was actually given to somebody who earned it, that shit just, it evens the scales. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, I played sports my whole life. I don't like going into something and knowing somebody's being given anything. Like, you're not given shit in sports. You can't line up next to me and beat me every fucking time if you didn't earn it. Because guess what? I'm going to give it to you every fucking time. And so you're going to have to earn it while I'm here. And I take that same mentality into comedy. I feel as if I want the best, and I want for the industry to give you the best. And I don't feel like it's always like that. And I feel like that's why a lot of comedians end up speaking up and talking shit about other comedians, because this is not this is some life dedicated shit. Like, it is ridiculous. The amount of time, it's becomes a super duper lifestyle, to say the least. And I've been doing it 16 years now, and it's not easy, to say the least. That being said, I still feel as if you should chase your dreams, because guess what? What else you gonna do? Huh? You just keep it going, because you ain't got nothing better to do. You gonna be at work, chase them while you at work. You can do both. I promise you can. You only at work 40 hours a week. Do the math. It's a lot more hours in the week, to say the least. And this has been the first episode. Tiffany's back on my FaceTime. So this is going to be the conclusion of our episode. Thank you so much. And I will be in Harlem on this week. What is it? May 20th? 16th. I will be my manager. I will be in Harlem May 16th. I will be at the Atlanta Comedy Theater May 29th. In July, we're in Philadelphia, and in July, we're also at DC. I'll put all that stuff. You can find the links and you can find ticket information down here below in the show. Down here below in the video, man. I don't know. I'm trying to work on these outros. This shit long. This shit long. I'm trying. And yes, Tiffany definitely threw me off. But now to watch LeBron make sure he doesn't end his career with a sweep. I don't think he's going to get swept. I low-key will be willing to bet money on this, but I don't gamble because I got real bad luck with gambling. But we'll talk about that later. This has been my podcast. I don't even know if I want to name it yet, but right now, yeah, I think we're going to call it KSquared. Thank you. You want to say bye, Tiff?